Okay, well, we're picking up where we left off, just creating a new palette again, mixing up primaries, trying to create a series of neutrals, and trying to get some colors that I can use in my background, but also, again, trying to unify the piece by adding some of those colors on the fruit, and I'm going to use them in the background as well, again, to try to unify the piece together. All the fruit and the background components need more layers. I know it looks decent so far, but the richness of the texture of the strawberry that needs to be added. Need to add more to the limes, and contrast is key. I'm trying to create the reflections with some bright whites and even starting to introduce some blacks into the texture of the lime and into the strawberry. Kind of creating the background colors as I go. I'll be honest with you, I didn't completely think this out. And the nice thing about acrylic paint, though, is that if you put down a thin coat, just as a base color, you can go back and rethink it later. So a lot of warm colors back there. We'll see what we do in the foreground to balance that out. And my main thing too is I'm trying to kill every single speck of white, even if I'm coloring over the boundaries of where I wanted to be, just so I know I can go back into that later, especially in that pattern in the very back. Trying to create a light source where the strawberry seems like it's getting hit by light on the right and the texture of the seeds is popping out, and then also trying to create some contrast on the left side. And also, for the first time, really using some black and white. The white more in the background, the black in the shadows that the fruit is casting. So I'll be honest with you, I really probably should have thought out the foreground better, but I am just kind of haphazardly throwing in. I'm trying to create a random pattern, not necessarily a set pattern of like checkerboard. And as I'm using some of these colors, again, I'm just going back into the fruit themselves. And that's pretty much how I handle all my paintings is I'll try to paint the whole thing the whole time. I rarely will focus on one object at a time. If I have a little bit of paint left on my brush that I can use somewhere else, I tend to do that. But finally, for the first time, creating some really rich dark black areas. And the idea there is that contrast again is going to help these pieces of fruit pop off the page, make them look more three-dimensional. And the imperfections in the banana and the lime, trying to make it look convincing. Get back to it here. So there was a lot of white in the foreground just that wasn't filled in at all. Trying to go in and create again some neutrals, not necessarily gray, but some things that aren't designed to pop out as much as the fruit themselves. And I know I'm not at the end yet, but at least I'm getting close, and keep on working on it, keep on touching things up, trying to create a little more contrast on that fruit with the shadows. Still got a while to go, but you get the idea. This is kind of where I'm at this point. Hopefully, you're finding some success with your piece too.